Hello everyone, very good day. Today we are going to discuss on interesting problem, number of platforms required. So consider there are two arrays, arrival array which has time and the departure array which has the departure time. So two trains cannot be use the same platform, meaning if a train arrives and it departs late and if another train arrives, we have to increment the number of platforms required. So with the given input array of arrivals and departures, we need to find the number of platforms required. In this case, the example which we are seeing here, we need three platforms given an array of arrival and the departure. First, the approach is we have to sort it, both the arrays, and then compare it. To have this as a detail, consider an arrival and departure array, which is here. So, and then it goes on like this. So first at 9 p.m. A train arrives. We by default we will initialize the platform required as 1, and 9:10 it leaves, and 9:40 the second train arrives. So hence the single platform which we initialize is sufficient. And at 12 it uh, what happens at 12 it departures. So we have to increment the number of platform required as 2, and 9:50 it arrives, and 11:20 it leaves. So you have to increment by 3, and so it goes on like this, and the total number of maximum number of platform required at any given point of time is 3. So the resultant answer is 3. We will move on into the coding section. Right now, what I have did is I have created a platform required class, and then I have created a fine number of platforms, and for the interest of time, I have created public static void main class, and then I have created an arrival array, departure array, and I have created object for the class and call the function and pass the parameters of both arrival and departure arrays. And I am printing the result. Let's deep dive into the coding part. So if arrival dot length is equal to 0, this is a base case we are trying it right now, and then departure of length is equal to 0, then we are returning just 0 platforms required, because if the array is 0, then no trains are there, and then we are doing the returning the number of platforms as 0. Now let's move on. What we will do is uh, it is now aligned properly. Now, what we have to do is first we have to sort arrival and the departure arrays. If you see, we have 100, 300, 500. It is sorted. Now, if you see, it is 900, 400, 600. So, if we sort, it will be 400, 600, 900. So, for better case, we will sort both the arrays. Arrays dot sort arrival array, arrays dot sort departure. So, the for sorting, even if it uses it would be of n log n time complexity for both. Okay, Now what we will have to do is we will create input platform required as initialize as 1. Now what we will do is int I equal to arrival dot length, j equal to departure dot length. Now we are clear. What we will do is now we will loop through the array and we will do a return type, a return number of platforms required. So right now what we will do is I is less than okay. Okay, we'll do in this way. What if we can do like this? If I is less than arrival dot length and j is less than departure dot length. Um, let's say we'll we'll see if this works or does we'll come back and look into it. So in this case, what we will do is if arrival of what we will do is we'll make I as 1 and then we'll do uh, array of I is greater than departure of j. In this case, what we will do is we don't need to increment a platform required. We can use the existing platform. So what happens here, we will decrement the platform required. And then if arrival of I is greater than departure of j, we will in increment j plus plus. And else we will do the reverse way. We will increment the platform and then decrement j minus minus. So let's run and see what it returns. Okay, we are getting array index. Okay, okay. So we'll run and see what is the output. It is platform required is 2, meaning if we consider this as 1 initially and then uh, we are initializing I as 1, so it will start here. So array of I, arrival of I, and then compare with 400. So arrival of I is lesser than 400. In this case, we have to, it will come into else loop, then we will increment the count by 2, platform count by 2. In this case, we will also increment the arrival. So still under next arrival, the platform is released. So we will make it 1. Now the platform required is 1. In this case, we'll increment here. So now if we compare 500 and then the departure is 600, now it is lesser, then we are incrementing the platform count by 1, and then now the total number of platform count is 2. That is the desired result. So this is how we will calculate the number of platforms required. So let us deep dive into the time and space complexity is time complexity will be n log n, because we are sorting here, we are getting n log n and n log n, and we are looping through the both arrays, and it will be n. So n in general, n what will happen is n plus n log n, which is closer to n log n. And space complexity, we are not using any additional space, so it will be order of n. So this will be the time and the space complexity. Thank you all for watching this video. Let us meet for another such problem solving video. Thank you once again. Have a